16 of the City Council responding to the Menominee County Circuit Court, September 26, 2023, oral ruling subsequent October 17, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Jones and a second by Councilman Nutter. Discussion? Councilman Robinson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just think that the resolution as it stands, everybody should take a deep breath and consider that I believe all of us moved in the direction that we thought we needed to go. I'll speak for me personally. I'm a free market person. I don't care if you're selling chicken nuggets or any even business. And if you have to compete, we compete. Some will win, some will lose. Everybody knows that. That's how it works. That's how America was built. It provides several things. It provides, the free market provides jobs, which we desperately need. Good paying jobs, and it provides revenue for the city, which we desperately need. So it's a win-win. Long-term thought process, in 5 years, 7 years, we will probably have 2 companies left because the other 3 won't be able to compete because other states are going to be doing the same thing. I ask that you review the resolution, move forward with what we have decided, and let's put this behind us and get on with other business that the city has.
Thank you, Councilman Robinson. Councilman Jones, do you have comments?
No.
Councilman Rush? Councilman Dulac?
Yes. There certainly is an element of frustration in dealing with this perplexing marijuana situation. I do truly appreciate the collective efforts serving our city. We value open government, yet recently we didn't fully meet the Open Mettings Act OMA standards. This situation is a learning opportunity to reinforce our commitment to transparency. I'm confident that this resolution aligns with our city's best interests and strengthens our integrity of our future proceedings, as I see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Dulac. Councilman Nutter?
Yes. I wrote this down so I won't forget it. Over my time on council, my stances on various issues has evolved significantly. I think we can all acknowledge our past potential unintentional shortcomings regarding the Open Mettings Act. It's clear to me that this matter isn't even about marijuana or policy on marijuana. This is about ensuring our compliance and putting the right step forward in how the city governs in the future. Just as we all signed affidavits showing our intents in compliance, I'm hoping we can all come together to adopt this resolution and hopefully finally put this matter to bed. Thank you.
Councilman Davis?
Well, I think one of the big themes I've had since the beginning of this entire saga is frustration. The decision originally made to grant licenses to 2 applicants was made well before I was elected. I stepped right in the middle of the lawsuit and felt the best way forward is just to get through it. 5 members of this council had the opportunity at the beginning of this process to go with uncapping. For whatever reason, that remains a mystery to this very day. They did not decide to do that until after we very nearly won a lawsuit. And then we went with uncapping, which I had been willing to seek some compromise on the issue, even though I would have, and I've been here originally, stood with Councilman Pullman and said, you know, we shouldn't do any of this because it seems like it was a more headache than it was worth. But it was already done by the time I got here, and I was willing to see compromise with the Bloom resolution. And some people may have seen the firestorm on social media where some quotes of mine were taken with a lot of context. And I'm sorry if people took my sarcastic comments the wrong way, but the gist of what I was saying, which was not reported in the newspaper, was that even though I do not personally like marijuana, our personal feelings, our personal philosophies shouldn't be what guides our decision-making. I'm here to represent the people of the First Ward. I'm not here to represent the personal opinions of Michael Davis. I'm here to act in the best interest of the city of Menominee, not in my best interests. So to that end, this resolution we're about to vote on, which clarifies some of the Open Meetings Act violations, I really hope that maybe adds a little clarity to the situation and cuts through some of the fog that's on social media that seems to have confused people. When we entered that closed session, there were two people in this room who knew anything about any sort of proposed ordinance. One of them was Councilmember Robinson, who 3 days earlier I'd sat and talked about everything under the sun with for about 2 hours, and he would not tell me a word about what he was having planned. He said he had a plan, did not disclose any of those details. And I guess how the other person found out about what Doug Robinson was going to propose will always be a mystery. But there's only two people in the entire room knew what was going to happen before we entered that closed session. So there was no collusion amongst anybody, any of the other people here. We were all as surprised as anyone to find out that Doug had a plan. And we never discussed the merits of it because it seemed pretty clear they had the votes to do what they wanted. My side was outnumbered, so there's no point in discussing that. And then in terms of what was discussed properly, I mean, we went around this table and all reiterated the exact points we made in closed session, which was, can we do this? Apparently we could. And will it work? And I guess this jury would still be out on that one. But, you know, we thought we were standing on solid ground. The city of Detroit had done a similar thing. We've been cited legal precedent. We were seeking the advice of our attorney, which seems wise when you're proposing a piece of legislation, particularly a very controversial one. So it was completely legitimate to ask our lawyer, is this allowed? And he cited precedent from the city of Detroit that they had worked around a ballot initiative by adding appropriation to a, I don't know the specifics, I'm not a legal scholar. But I really resent a lot of the accusations that, you know, palms have been greased. I know these people, all of our finances have been, people who voted on the initial thing, their finances were a matter of record. If there had been any palms greased, it would have been easily found out during the discovery of the first lawsuit. And, you know, I think everybody acted out of principle. Particularly Doug, who came up with the plan. He wanted to see this all put behind us. I think all of us want to see this put behind us. We have so many issues in the city of Menominee. I really wish all you people would show up so we have some of these other meetings. Like the piece of property on 56th Ave that we ill-advisedly bought. None of you are here to tell us not to do that. Now I kind of, the longer we get into that process, wish you'd been here to give us your opinions. Pretty soon, I'm sorry.
Stick to
I just-
please.
Okay. Okay, so in terms of the not calling for a roll call vote, I mean, I was the most anti-marijuana person in this room. I was not going to obstinately hold up a closed session with our lawyer waiting for us. For what? It was pretty well understood between everybody here that we were all going into closed session and no one objected to it. So, I mean, it was a technicality that we were supposed to call for the roll call vote, yes. But nobody felt violated by it not happening. It was more of a procedural thing, I think, than anything. So, I'll just be...
Technical violation.
Yes, I'll be very glad when this whole saga is put behind us, and I look forward to writing the book on the topic. Thank you.
Councilman Marino?
Well, Councilman Davis, that's a hard act to follow. But I will say that I also agree with Councilman Robinson. I am all for free market. I'm a free market person. I owned my own business at one time. But I'm not here for my own personal agenda. I'm here because I'm speaking for the people of this community. And the people of this community are not just the people sitting in here, but it's all 8,500 of them that have voted for us. And I am speaking for the ones that wanted their own vote on this. They wanted to vote for this themselves. And that's what the people wanted. That's what I am for what the people wanted to do. But I am in the minority of this group, and we didn't even have to be here in the very beginning if we had just been a little bit more patient. But we were not, and this is where we sit. And like everybody else, we just kind of want this to go to this whole situation to just get taken care of and move on with the city and what needs to be done. And there's a whole lot more out there that needs to be done for this city than just marijuana. And unfortunately, our city manager is kind of stuck dealing with all these marijuana issues instead of moving forward with what really needs to be done. So as much as I am not fully on board with everything that's going on, I reluctantly will take this issue up and move forward with it, unfortunately. But I will continue to speak for the people and not for myself. I have no agenda. I am here for the people of this community. That's all I have to say.
Okay, for 12 years I have served this community with integrity. I have said on several occasions I own the fact that I committed a technical error. Judge Barberman's words, a technical error. That is my mistake. There is in no way I meant to violate the Open Meetings Act by doing that. And in nobody's mind would that have triggered the lawsuits that were in This is about money. And like Councilman Marino, I'm in the minority, and I wish we could go back in the Wayback Machine and go back to May, where we had won our lawsuit and it would be put behind us. We would not have taken any of the other actions we've taken, which were not violations of open meetings, just in my opinion, poor decision making. We tried to accommodate everybody when we came up with that original ordinance. We tried to accommodate people who wanted access. We tried to accommodate those people who wanted access with competition. And we wanted to keep it discreet for all of the 50% of the people in Menominee who didn't want it in this community at all. However, when it comes to this resolution, I don't believe anybody on this council went out of their way to deliberately make mistakes. Any other comments, council? All right, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Jones?
Yes.
Councilmember Nutter?
Yes.
Councilmember Robinson?
Yes.
Councilmember Rush?
Yes.
Mayor Steinman?
Yes.
Councilmember DeDamus?
Yes.
Councilmember Dulac?
Yes.
Councilmember Merrill?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, moving to the second session of public comment. At this point, you may speak on, again, statements not made, limited to 3 minutes per person. You have to state your name and address before speaking. Is there anyone who wishes to be heard?
I'll move to close.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Jones to close public comment, second by Councilman Marino. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Think we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Jones to adjourn, and second by, was it you, Councilman Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Robinson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?